Good afternoon, class. Today we are going to learn how to make peanut butter and jellies while also learning about our fractions. So before we start doing any cooking, make sure you go wash your hands. I wash my hands right before this because we want to make sure everything is nice and clean when we cook. So once you've washed your hands, come on back and we are going to go through our ingredients first. So most importantly, we need our bread. Next, we need our peanut butter. Then we'll need our jelly. And to make our peanut butter and jelly sandwich, we're going to need a surface to cook on, something that can be cut on, a spoon, and a knife. So once you have all of your ingredients out, we're going to start cooking making our peanut butter and jelly. So first, we are going to start with our bread. So we want 2 pieces of bread. So here's 1 piece of bread, and here is the second piece of bread. I'm going to set them down like this. Next, we are going to start with our peanut butter. So here's our peanut butter. So we're going to open it up, and we are going to take our knives very carefully, and we are going to put peanut butter on 1 piece of bread. So we'll start with this one. So take a spoonful of peanut butter and we're going to spread it across. Be careful that we don't get our fingers too close to the knife. And do another scoop of peanut butter. And just get it all around the edge. Okay, once we have finished with our peanut butter, we're going to make sure we put our lid back on and set that aside. Next, we're going to put on our jelly. So we're going to set our knife down and grab our jelly. So for our jelly, we're going to use a spoon because it'll be easier to scoop it up. So scoop up some jelly and put it on the other piece of bread. Just going to knot in there, and then you're going to use your spoon to spread it around. Spread our jelly. There we go. And we're going to set our spoon down. Then we're going to make sure we put our lid on our jelly so we don't get it ruined. And we're going to set that aside as well. So now we have our 2 pieces of bread and we are ready to put our sandwich together. So you can either put your peanut butter on top of your jelly or your jelly on top of your peanut butter. So we're going to put the 2 pieces together and now we have 1 whole sandwich. Okay, so now that we have made our delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's time to cut it. Okay, so 1, we want to be very careful while we're cutting. And 2, we're going to look at how our sandwich changes when we cut it. So first, we're going to pick up our knife and we're going to cut it right down the middle. Okay, so it still looks like 1 whole sandwich, but we have 2 pieces, okay? So this 1 piece of bread is one of 2 pieces of the whole. And this piece of bread is also one of the 2 pieces of bread. So we have a half a sandwich and another half a sandwich. And when we put our 2 halves together, we get 1 whole sandwich. So 1 piece of 2, another 1 piece of 2 together is 1 sandwich. So now let's see what happens if we cut each of these pieces of bread in half again. So we're going to cut the other direction. So again, be careful with your knife. Cut these each in half. Okay? So once we've cut in half, we see we have more than 2 pieces now. We have 4. Okay? So this piece of bread here is 1 out of 4 pieces of sandwich that make 1 whole sandwich. So this 1 piece of bread of sandwich makes together 1 of the 4 pieces. So we know we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of sandwich that make 1 whole piece. So each of these pieces is 1/4. So let's see what happens if we pull 1 of these pieces of sandwich away. Okay, we're left with 1, 2, 3 of our 4 pieces. So this is 3/4 of a sandwich. And if we pull away another piece of sandwich, we're left with 2 pieces. So we have 2 out of 4. And then if we pull 1 more away, we are left with 1/4 of our sandwich. 1 out of the 4 pieces. So if we put this piece of sandwich back, we are back to 2 of our 4 pieces of sandwiches. And 2 out of 4 is the same thing as 1/2. This right here is 1/2 of our original sandwich. So when we put it all back together, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So 4 out of our 4 pieces of sandwiches. Okay, so we just made a delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We cut it in half to make 2 pieces. Then we cut it again in half to make 4 pieces. So we went from 1 whole sandwich to 2 half sandwiches to 4 fourths of sandwiches. Okay, so now that we've made our sandwiches and we've learned a little bit more about fractions, it is time to eat. So go ahead and enjoy your sandwich and think about, right now, I'm about to eat 1/4 of my whole sandwich. Enjoy!